I'm using both these Dogtra products. Right now on her is the Dogtra IQ Click, and this is a bark collar that we're using with her, and both seem to be effective. Now, the reason why I'm switching from this from eCollar Technologies products, it really is. It's the conductive plastic contact points. This invention, when this came out, I was hot on it. And I had one sent to me, and it arrived broken. You know, it just pissed me off so much. I stopped using Dogtra. This is true. I have used them all. Tritronics, Dogtra, you name it. I've used them all. My first collar that I got was in the 80s, and it was gigantic. It was gigantic. The battery was huge. So I have a lot of experience with these. And this, there really is a huge advantage. She has skin, meaning she has sensitive skin. She doesn't really have skin issues. If she had nothing on, there would be no issue. But she has separation anxiety, definitely. Maybe status issues. She has to have an e-collar on. During the day, absolutely. And then it goes off at night. Now, if her mom wants to leave the house, Bella was holding her mom hostage. She couldn't go anywhere. So she could put a bark collar on Bella, and Bella's quiet. The separation anxiety, it just knocks it down. She stops. Her separation anxiety is nothing like Pharaoh's. It is. It's nothing. Good girl. You're a good girl. Pharaoh's is really ingrained. Hers, you know, by just being consistent, using this and this, Bella's gonna get better very quick. I'm not saying that we're not seeing a huge jump in Pharaoh's behavior and his separation anxiety. We are. But his is definitely more ingrained. We're using a collar that has plastic contact points on him too, because he needs to have it on longer. He needs to have it on longer. Like, you know, it really is. Bella can sort of be cool, but if you go to another room, Pharaoh goes crazy. If she knows that you're in the house, she's not totally nuts. Do you see? There's a big difference between her separation anxiety and Pharaoh's. So the problem with her really is it has been skin irritation. And know this, that just because she's using the plastic contact points, you still should take it off daily. You should not have it on. You know, let the neck breathe. Make sure and check the neck out. See if there's like any irritation. And it should be on tight enough that it's making contact, and also tight enough that it should be snug so it's not moving around, because that'll cause wear. But these are two products I really like by Dogtra. The other thing that I like about these products too is the look. And you might say, well, you shouldn't worry about that. Yes, but we have to worry about that because we have 4 million dogs dying every year. And a big problem is how the collar looks. If it has metal contact points, it looks real threatening to the owner. You know, chicks tend to have some problems with it. Not just chicks. People have, they're like, they think that it's about like shocking the dog. And in the case of using the mini educator with her or this, you want to use it lower than a human can feel it. What's the problem? This thing too, man, just a little bit about this bark collar. It starts off on 1, and you can set it off. This does not use vibration, it uses sound. It has a mic here, so you can set this collar off by like barking into it. If it's on 1, 2, or 3, and you're touching it, you'll feel the vibration, but you're not gonna feel the stimulation. This starts out very low, just like the mini educator. Know that if you're using this and you think it's not working, you're feeling the vibration but not the shock. That's because dogs can feel a lot of these remote collars lower than a human can. They're more sensitive. So this thing, the one thing that I could say bad about the collar she has on right now, the remote collar, I hate the clicker on here. It's just stupid. What, you can't say good or good girl? It's fucking retarded. Okay, it's a waste of space. And the dial. The dial, it's easy to hit this dial and move it up. You know, Bella, Bella, sit. No, Bella, Bella, sit. Okay, down. No, down. Good girl. The, the mini educator is a better collar. It is, but the mini educator does not have plastic contact points, and she has skin problems. This is a perfect solution, and I want her mom to use it. And I think that her mom would be more inclined to use something that has like a non-threatening look. I'm being serious. I'm not saying that her mom wasn't using the mini educator. You betcha she was. She was using the bark collar too. She's putting it on religiously because she saw the difference in the dog's behavior. But it's like any little thing, like the metal contact points, even if they're not causing wear, a lot of times it'll cause like staining because it's like bacteria, sort of like tear stains. So white fur, because of the metal contact, it starts looking reddish. All this can like kind of convince the owner like, fuck it, the dog's doing good, and then they stop using it. Do you see what I'm saying? So something like this, a product like this that is non-threatening looking, that is effective, and not only effective, but will make sure that the dog doesn't get skin irritation. This is a good product. She's going back with this and this. She could be a problem, not as much as Pharaoh. She's like 50. We'll call her 50. Pharaoh, when he's doing his thing, it's 100. Out of all the dogs I've worked with separation anxiety, he's in the top 5. Seriously, he's in the top 5. So his is much more ingrained. It was exhausting. It's been worth it though. He's doing great. So as soon as I saw her and started working with her, it was really about giving her training, teaching her no, making sure that she understood how to turn off the collar. She just fell right in line as soon as I started using bark collars with her and using the remote collar. She's great. But she needs to use this. If her mom stopped using the bark collar, she'd go back into her old state. Like if your dog's doing good and it's had separation anxiety, don't stop using the collar. Don't stop using the crate. That's a recipe for disaster. There's a couple different companies that have these plastic contact points. I talked to the owner recently of E-Collar Technologies. He's gonna reconsider making plastic contact points, which would be great. They got titanium ones, but once again, it's metal. It's metal, and some dogs, it's metal that's the problem. So this really is a great product. Take a look at it. See what I'm saying? It's got like this non-threatening look. It's not rechargeable. That is one thing. I like a rechargeable collar, but on these higher end ones that use batteries, they use like camera batteries. You can buy them at the, Walgreens or whatever, and they last fairly long. You depending on your dog, how much it barks, maybe, 2 months, maybe even a month. I don't know. I think I read that they say on average 3 months, could last 3 months. But the bottom line is, if it works, and say you spend every month, it takes 2 of them, or maybe it takes 1. This one takes 1. I think the one that she has on takes 2. But so you spend $10 a month on batteries. That's like, I don't even, unless your dog was constantly barking through it. Do you see what I'm saying? Like if it's barking through it, you would raise the collar up. You want the dog to stop. Does this make sense? If the bark collar's on and the dog's not barking, that's her. If she forgets and barks, it reminds her body the bark collar's on. She doesn't bark. So it's not like you're going to be putting batteries in this all the time. This is a very good product. It's about the same price. about $10 less than the Garmin product that Pharaoh has. The Garmin product that Pharaoh has on is a little bit more complicated. There's an app that comes with it. I did consider it for Bella. I did. Bella's mom is older than me, but I think that she's actually better with like a smartphone than I am. I think she uses apps, where for me to get the app on the for the Garmin collar was just like, you know, I was calling the place that I bought the collar from. I was cussing, I was pissed. You know, I'm just like, fuck this. You know, god damn it, I just want the thing to work. So check that out if your dog has skin sensitivity, or in like, not her case, but like Pharaoh's case, you might have to leave the collar on longer. Check out conductive plastic contact points. They have them now on a couple different models. I'm very happy about this. This is a good thing. Both these collars with the plastic contact points will save lives. Most definitely. Pharaoh, there is no way that Pharaoh would have been any better unless he went to a professional's house. Okay? If somebody owned Bella, a dog like this, and the dog had separation anxiety at her level, they could theoretically get the dog to a calm state if they took their time. I just was contacted by somebody on YouTube saying that they saw my video. They went out and bought a remote collar, a bark collar, and they started crating their dog 2 days ago, and the dog's flipping out. Do you see the problem? If you don't have common sense, you would never be able to fix a dog like Bella. Pharaoh would just need somebody with a lot of experience to get him better. Her, if you wanted to spend the time and you were going to train the dog, teach the dog to turn off a remote collar, something like this, and then, you know, in a couple weeks, maybe you get this and start using this. She understands how to turn the collar off. Yes, you could help the dog. So a dog at this level of separation anxiety, you could probably get these products. And if you worked with the dog would get better. If you just strap these things on the dog, watch out, because you might make matters worse. It's a fact. I get contacted by people all the time that think that, oh, all they have to do is get a bark collar or get a remote collar and start zapping the dog. It is not like that. Trust me, it is not like that. And if you do have a dog like Pharaoh, man, I'm telling you, this medication, it didn't do anything for him. You need to contact somebody and be very specific. Ask them, what is my dog going to learn on the board and train? Do you have experience with separation anxiety? Okay? If they're telling you that your dog is going to be more confident after the board and train, run. Okay? Run. They should be saying your dog's going to learn something like this. Sit down, whoa, here, heel, kennel. You know, all taught as an implied stay. Hold, drop, and to retrieve. That's what you should be hearing. Not that the dog is going to be more confident or like some kind of general term like calm. You know? That's part of it. That's part of it. Right, Bella? Look at Belle. Belle wants down. I do like this collar. These collars come in, like you can get these so that you can put a pink one on. We have a pink one. You know, you can have different colors. So like if you have one dog, you know, you could cut the strap smaller for another dog, and then if you want to use it for like a larger dog, you could have one with a longer strap. It's a nice looking product, and you know, I can't express this enough that it is enough that the general public thinks that it is about zapping the dog, and that the general public does not understand that you should be using the e-collar lower than a human can feel it. Lower than a human can feel it. And that's now not how it's portrayed to the American public, you know, to dog owners. It's you know, you're abusive, you're mean, you know, it's cruel, you're shocking the dog. That's what you're fed, but that is not the truth. And with that said, there's many dog trainers that use e-collars and they use them improperly. So make sure you know who you're talking to. Make sure that it's not somebody that just, I have a pet service in Brooklyn and I have dogs stay at my house, and you can do a board and train at my house, and I'll train your dog and it'll come back confident. Do you understand? Find somebody that actually can train a dog, understands dogs, and can deal with the separation anxiety. That's the best way to do it. Bella, here. Bella, weave. Here. Weave. Here. Weave. Here. Weave. Here. Weave. Here. Weave. That's good, Belle. Nice job, sis. Good girl. Look at little Belle. Baby Belle.